Stavros Tousios for M4Markets. Good morning, and we're going to have a look on euro dollar today and also AUD. I just wanted to start with the medium-term view, guys, because the decline that we saw recently, okay, which is coming down to the 79%, and the impulsiveness that we see to the upside from the low all the way up to 110.15 or so, might be part of a diagonal, which would mean, of course, this is 5-wave leg to the upside. This is the first wave of a corrective leg to the downside. Maybe we're going to see one more, and then we'll do one more 5-wave move to the upside. And from there, of course, we see a much bigger decline in the longer term. The short-term correction here might continue lower, typically, and that seems to be, as an ABC, you might have finished, which means we'll go higher up from here. But due to the corrective structure of this move to the upside, maybe this is going to turn into a triangle. We get a 5th wave down. All of this leg will be an impulse. Then we correct to the upside, around the 50% of this full leg to the downside. And from there, we're going to do an extension that is going to be a wave equal to the length of the first move to the downside, perhaps taking us down to the 61.8 Fibonacci, or even lower, who knows. And from there, we will be looking for further upside. Now look, this is a huge move to the downside. It took us to overbought, to oversold territories close to 10, okay, and quickly bounced. But at the same time, let's not forget, this is also an actual signal. But the acceleration or the extension or the sharpness of this leg to the downside suggests also that another leg to the downside might be coming. So I would be expecting to see something like this. Now, in the most short term, we're looking for anywhere between the 38 and 62 to be the level that we are going to be looking potentially for things to start turning a little bit more bearish. Now, if this holds, we might go down around 108.69 or 7 or so, and then continue that leg to the upside, where we're going to finish that correction and continue lower down. Or, as I said, if we go lower and we fail, we cross below the previous low, that will be a 5-wave leg. Then we'll look at an ABC, and then we'll look at 5. Okay, I hope this makes sense. Now, when it comes to AUD, let's go on the 4-hour. AUD has come all the way down to receive rejection at this descending channel. Now it has actually officially flipped this resistance to support. The question is whether it can hold. Well, look, if we look at this leg to the upside of the lows here, we are actually just flirting. We're just actually swinging, not flirting, around the 50 Fibonacci, around 66.80. And this is a very important level because the 50 is going to determine whether bias remains upward or downward. Well, downward will be more of a medium-term thing, but upward more of a short-term thing. Because still, even if we go higher, we might just fall lower again. So I will be paying attention to what is going to happen in the following days, including today, around this territory. If we fail to hold that, okay, we might see a false break and then further continuation to the upside. Whether that is a full-blown continuation or just a correction for further downside remains to be seen. Or we fail, we retest, and we'll go lower down. And that lower down means a deeper correction or a further leg to the downside. Now, note you something, right? We do see some divergence, sort of flatness, I would say, over here, okay? And this is what caused the leg to the downside. And so far, we see this also being 5-wave to the downside. So any correction could lead to further downside eventually. The question is, what sort of signals are we going to get on the RSI? Because for now, we don't get any, fortunately or unfortunately. We're going to get a signal when that falls down here, for example. And, well, that means that we're going to go lower from here. Or we're going to get a signal if that goes up and then goes down. And perhaps we see something like this. Okay, and that is going to be the signal that we'll be looking for potential upside continuation. If we don't get no signal, then the chances of falling through in the channel, back within the channel, and of course breaking below the previous low are going to increase.